I'm now addressing Kenyan COVID-19 billionaires. Now, I woke up today and I had planted some beautiful spring greens, madharos, and I went and looked at them. And everything has been eaten by this little green insect. And they're looking like caterpillars. They've eaten everything. Every leaf is gone. They do not even leave one or two leaves for the common wananchi. And you know how bad that feels when you've put a lot of work and then everything has been eaten and the insect does not have a feeling about how I feel. That's the Kenyan situation with the COVID billionaires. This money has been given to Kenyans to use through this difficult season. And believe me, there are so many Kenyans who are struggling. You don't want to go out on the street to work because the government have refused you to do that. So you have no money to feed your family. You have no money to pay rent. You have no money to go to hospital. And if the government themselves, they note that you need to be quarantined, they will put you somewhere, quarantine place, and you will pay a lot of money for quarantine. That has been the situation in Kenya. The question is, how do they decide who gets these billions and who doesn't? How do they eat it like that? I listened to the news, I was very, very upset, but more upset because of lack of leadership. That money, if this is true, it's all gone. The big question is, who is going to be responsible? Is there anybody who is going to resign because this money is gone? Is there anybody who is going to jail because they stole this money? And there's sometimes, you've never seen me going on the street to say, yeah, we want our COVID money back. But sometimes you can ask yourself, we keep quiet so many times when this money gets stolen over and over again. We don't do much as Kenyans. We make a lot of noise online. We are failing ourselves big time. I would love to see somebody taking responsibility of what had been lost. And if it hasn't been lost, let us hear where the money is. Because it's possible also there's a lot of fake news everywhere. It's possible there's a fake news circulating because it's a political season. How do you even politicize the health system? At the moment in Kenya, it's so hard to be poor, to be sick and poor, because you can't afford your own sickness, let me say that. And many families are left with nothing if one person in their family gets sick, because the hospital bills, they don't forgive, they don't wait, it's too much. So yes, I am ranting today for the healthcare system in Kenya. I'm ranting today because I would love to see responsibility being taken. I would like to see the health system in Kenya taking really good care of the less fortunate, because those are the ones who can afford big hospitals with good treatment. But let me say, when we were growing up, we went to those government hospitals, but because the doctors and the nurses at that time, there was no big feeling about big money, the treatments were there. And these hospitals are still there. So also as a people, as a community, we need to start believing in our own local doctors and our own local hospitals for us to really stop giving the big businesses the idea that if I don't get treated by the big hospital, I don't get better. I'm hoping this COVID season goes very quickly, because my country, my people are crying. That makes me really, really sad. But I'm going to say this. If you're sitting there and you know somebody who's taken money from that kitty that is meant to be for the people, shame on you. And it will come back to bite you. I don't talk like this, but it's really getting to a place in my heart where I know we as leaders in every community in Kenya, we need to take action and take a stand. Too much of eating public money, we've taken it for too long.